So I'm assuming you clicked this video because you also have a problem with your parking assist system and you're getting this this message right here in the display. We're gonna go ahead and kind of fault trace this a little bit quickly today, and we're gonna go ahead and change the sensor. I hope this is the one. Hope it works. This one is from Lowro. I have no idea. Some kind of off name part. There's the numbers on it anyway. All right, so how are we gonna do this on this car? Well, on this car, it's pretty obvious which one is wrong, because if you look right here, here's one, here's another, there's another, and then you have this guy. I mean, I think he's seen better days. So I think that's the culprit right there, but yours might not be broken in that obvious way. So I think we're gonna take that computer right there and we're gonna plug that in. We're gonna get some fault codes, and maybe we can kind of test them out and kind of see which one doesn't work. So let's plug that in and see what we get. Obviously the ignition is already on in this car, but I would advise, if you're gonna be standing with the ignition on for quite some time, put one of these chargers on, all right? You might wanna go ahead and do that. Let's hop in the car here and plug this thing in. This unit right here is it's kind of a knockoff of Autel. It's called iCarsoft, and this version is the CR Max. I am very, very happy with this unit. It's pretty cheap. It's about 300 bucks, and it's been working quite flawlessly. I mean, you can't do extremely advanced things with it, but you can do more than you think. Not going to get into too much detail because this video is not sponsored in any way, but I would recommend this unit. I mean, I think you get a lot for your money. Anyway, we're gonna pop in here into Diagnostics. I'm gonna go to history here because I've done this. This is all the cars that I've read. Obviously, I've been reading this one at one point in time. It's gonna say initializing, and then you want to VIN identify. Boom, reading VIN. Okay, and then you gotta choose the engine. I don't think that's very relevant to what we're gonna be doing here today, but I think it's a T12. It will tell you under the hood if you go under there and look, but I'm not gonna bother today. We're just gonna pick this one, and we've got MPS 6, which is a manual, or TG81SC, which is an automatic. So that's fine. I'm just gonna choose that because it is an automatic. Quick test, let's go. We're just letting it read all the fault codes, and it just read the parking assist module, and we do have a fault right here. I'm just gonna let this thing scan all the way through, and then we'll get back. All right, so it seems like we have a few issues with this car. I didn't know that because it's not complaining of anything else than the parking sensor here, but let's stick to the video, and we have parking assist module, one fault, and it actually tells you which one is right rear outer sensor, general electric failures, short circuit to ground or open. So we're just gonna go ahead and save all these fault codes for later, and now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if we can test them in some way. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and show all the rear sensors. Show selected. I think I'm gonna have to start the car in order to make it work. There we go. There, we got some values. I don't know why they go away instantly. Maybe it's because it just shuts it off. It might be that it's sensing that that sensor is shorting out, and then it just cuts the whole system out. That's my theory anyway. So let's go ahead and, I mean, the fault code clearly states rear right outer sensor. So let's go ahead and change that sensor, and then we'll clear the code, we'll come back, and maybe then we can get some values. All right, so let's do that. And this is unfortunately one of those times where I'm gonna have to use a GoPro. I really don't like using GoPros, but they do have their advantage in this kind of situation where you got, you know, it's a pretty tight space. because I don't want to take the bumper off for this, because I can like see the connector right here. So I'm going to try to do it in place. All right, so we're just going to stick this thing under here. Remember, we have the sensor right here. Now we're just going to dive under here. I think the GoPro is going to see better than I will. Okay, so there is the connector right up in there. And I have been cleaning here, I can tell you that, because this is a really dirty spot. Okay, so let's see how we're gonna get this thing off of there. It smells like burnt electrics back here. I'm not gonna lie. So my theory is probably right, that it kind of shuts it off. So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing this up while pressing on the parking sensor. And here we go. Okay, so we have the connector out. Let's see how this is connected. I have no idea. This might be a cable failure, actually. Pull that back. And then I think you gotta press it down, like so. And there we go. Nice. Just looking at that. Looks kind of dirty in there at all. I'm gonna have to take a closer look at that. Yeah, that, oh my goodness. Looks like someone's been here and fiddled with this. That right there, it's definitely a bad repair job. Yeah, someone's just been bodging this thing. You can see, I don't know if I can zoom in that much. You kind of see on that thick wire there that it's broken right at the connector. So we're gonna have to redo this, make it better. You can also see here that someone's been there with the wrong tools trying to unpin this thing. Let's try to fix it. All right, so a few moments later, this is where we wound up. We have a new wire on there. Obviously, the old connector. Not a lot I can do about that. So, yeah, it's not ideal. I'm gonna see if I can replace that if I run into issues with this in the future. But yeah, didn't have the correct size of the wire either, but I think it'll work. We have a little bit more protection up here so that hopefully this won't happen again. But anyway, let's click it in there and put the new sensor in place and see where we wind up. Turns out that there is a little rubber ring right here that you need to remove from the old one and put onto the new one. I guess it's for that perfect fitment. Let's do that as well. Put it on there. There we go. Now let's put it back without any light at all, because it didn't want to stay in there. All right, there we go. Nice and in place. I don't know about the rest of this plastic thing here, but whatever. All right, sensor is in place, looking good, looking kind of like the other ones. So let's go and check it out. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're just gonna scan everything again and just remove it, I guess. Yeah, it actually doesn't tell you, it doesn't say that there's anything wrong. We do still have the fault in the computer though. Let's do a quick erase of the fault codes here. Everything's passed. All right. No fault code found. It is making the beep now, so that's good. Read fault codes. God damn it. Right rear outer sensor, general electric failure. Do they need to be calibrated in some weird way, or What am I missing here? It's still, I guess it would say missing calibration if that was the case. Crap. centimeters. So it is working, just not working very good. It's really bad, but. $45, 36, 20. It is reading. I don't understand. Why would it say it's broken if it's reading? I just can't seem to get rid of that fault code. I don't understand. I do not understand. It works. It doesn't work great, but it works. But I can't get rid of it. I'm a little bit bugged out about that fault code stored in the ECU. I don't know why I can't really get rid of it because everything seems to work. It doesn't warn anything in the display. Everything lights up with the LEDs when you back up. It shows in the display how close you are, and everything seems to be working. But yeah, it really bothers me that that fault code is still there. If you guys have any tips on why that is, please drop a comment below. There might be something wrong with the wiring, but I mean, I'm getting a pretty good reading on it, so I don't know. It's a little bit weird. I'm a little bit confused, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ha det gött. Hej.